All right, Sunny, today we're diving into the heartbeat of Hastings, a town where roots deepen agriculture, community, and a whole lot of pride. Leading the charge is Jena, who's been spearheading the exciting initiatives of Hastings Main Street. It's awesome out there, and you can see a community rallying together. Alongside her today is Susan Phillips, here to highlight the partnerships and the pulse of the Visitors Convention Bureau, also known as Very Cool Bosses. I'm just kidding. No, we're excited to have this conversation. Ladies, welcome. Thank you so much for being here at SunnyTV.
Thank you, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, Susan's office is right, like she could walk. She said she walked through this morning, so you know what that means. She already agreed. How nice to make us breakfast every morning.
Isn't that great? Well, thank you for volunteering that.
Yes.
You're welcome. So, Susan, let's dive in a little bit with the VCB real quick. And can you tell our audience today what it's all about and how it ignites our community?
Well, the VCB, as we affectionately call it, is really here to market the entire destination, and that means all of St. Johns County, including Hastings. You primarily think of the Downtown Historic District or Ponte Vedra, but we also market and promote Hastings, and our job is to bring visitors here. Of course, it's also to tell them to go back home, not to move here afterwards. I mean, let's be clear about it.
Yeah.
But we represent 32,400 tourism-related jobs, and that represents $23 million in bed tax revenues for our county, and about $885 million in payroll each year.
Jeez.
So it's really important to have our visitors come here, but for us it's really more important to make sure we get the right visitors to come here and travel throughout the county and spend money and then again go back home. So that's really what we do.
What I love about the VCB and its connectivity is the storytelling. I think that's so paramount, especially when you're talking to guests or Sunnies from all over the place, right? And highlighting this incredible region, our town. Talk about that process and how you really know what to focus on to actually highlight those specific vignettes of our community.
Well, it's a great question, and let me tell you what we do. First of all, everything we do is research-driven, so we're getting studies and surveys and economic impact studies. We're listening to folks. We know what consumers are wanting, and then we try to make sure that we have the products to line up with that. But then we do the storytelling, like you say. We talk about all the different trails we have throughout the county, things that are under development, and we try to make sure that we get people from all parts of the U.S., and of course we market and promote internationally too, but also people in our state to come visit us. We have so many stories to tell. We've got wonderful history, architecture, our art scene, our beaches, just, it's phenomenal. And then of course our agritourism, which is up and growing, and that's why we're so excited to be partnering and working with Hastings.
I love that. I love
so
that.
much.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not busy
it's
at all.
Such rich culture, though. I love how they highlight it, because if you really look at how they tell the story, it's in such a way that really connects with so many different families
But
and
I also
cultures.
think the way they tell the story is very unique because it really taps into what St. Johns County and now Hastings is about. It's really about giving everyone the whole picture and all the little alleyways and nooks and crannies that make a place really amazing.
A true story, and that's why I want to pivot over to Jena. So how does Hastings Main Street line up with VCB, and how are you seeing this great partnership flourish?
So, Hastings Main Street, excuse me, Hastings Main Street is all about economic vitality, and we are there to support a lot of the small businesses that we're trying to bring to the community to support the locals, the people that live there that don't have a grocery store nearby, or until recently, we didn't have a coffee shop. We didn't have so many things that our goal is to provide that to the community. And while we are working on the economic revitalization, our component of bringing in tourism to help support those businesses is critical. So we work very well together, bringing visitors in through the festivals we're doing, through the murals that draw people out to view them.
Incredible.
And interactive murals. We have the bike trail. And the VCB helps us really highlight those features so that people know it's worth a visit.
So what kind of families or what kind of tourists do you envision that would visit Hastings? Is there like a particular specific demographic that you're looking for, or is it just basically general?
I think there's a lot of different types of people that appreciate it. We have families that come, to enjoy the bike trail or the festivals. We have a lot of retired folks that enjoy coming out just because we're that small Florida Main Street that draws people to enjoy the architecture, walking up and down the sidewalk, listening to the nature, driving through the farms. It's really a diverse group of people that Hastings draws.
Jena, you've always been such a pulse for me, specifically on telling the story of Hastings, which I think is so important, and especially the beautiful farms that are out there.
Yeah.
We'll be going out in the fall doing more farmers reports, and I think that's such an important piece to this puzzle, because I had no idea. Listen, guys, I have been living in St. Augustine for years and years, and I didn't realize the hundreds of families that are out there that really flourish agriculture out there.
Yes.
Can you speak a little bit on behalf of that?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. There's so many different types of farmers as well. That is one point I like to really educate people on, because I don't think the community realizes how many different types of farms there are. We have, farmers that are growing agriculture, but we also have beef farmers, we have dairy farmers, we have, beef farmers, a little bit of everything. So it's a lot of fun to be able to go out and visit them, which is kind of how we partnered on this project coming up with the farm tours.
I love that. Yeah, let's get into that. This is an incredible little new idea, right? That just turned into like a pebble in the water, and you see the ripple effects of change, which is pretty cool, right? What's the farm tours all about?
So our fall festival is coming up. It's going to be October 24th and 25th. And Friday, the 24th, we're doing a farm tour. We have buses, or you can follow along in your own car as a caravan, and we're going to visit 5 different farms. We have a flower farm, we have a bee farm, we have vegetables and fruit farms, so a nice little mix of everything. And at the end, we end up at an olive farm where we have an optional paella dinner add-on. So it's just a taste of what St. Johns County has to offer. It was amazing because we had been talking about doing a farm tour as Hastings Main Street, but then 2 of the farmers' wives came over and visited us, and they were like, listen, we have this idea to do a farm tour. And we were like, we do too. And next thing you know, we were working together to bring this to fruition.
I love it. So Susan, listening to this and hearing about this incredible opportunity for families or friends to enjoy, how does the VCB tie into that, and what does that make you feel, and seeing that with tourism kind of involved with this too?
I think that a lot of consumers nowadays, folks that are visiting us, they want that authenticity. They really want that locals experience, whether it's with their family, with their friends, with grandkids or whatever. And it's really exciting for us to have this. This is true to our DNA. Another thing what's really cool about the program is this, and no pun intended, or you can say pun intended, this feeds right into our culinary tourism programs. So, a lot of people don't think about that, but it's the farm to table, which is so popular, it's been popular for a long time. We have that here in St. Johns County, and what a better way to represent it than doing it that way. So I love the fact of what Jena and her team are bringing to the table. It's just so easy to tell that story. We don't have to make anything up. It's true to our DNA and who we are.
And I love that you brought up farm to table. We had the opportunity of following Chef Michael Lugo around and going to the different farms and seeing cabbage and like really fresh, and why that's so important to local chefs. I think that's such an exclusive thing that we have, is access to so many of these beautiful farms that are just a stone's throw away, right? I love that. That's so fun. So talk a little bit about, Jena, you mentioned the Fall Festival, right? It's the 24th and 25th that everyone's going to say the date. Yes. But what if I'm a family that wants to do one of these tours and I feel a little bit overwhelmed because it's so much? Can we jam it all in one day? What's the spacing out look like?
So Friday is just going to be the farm tour. We don't have a lot of other things going on that day other than the farm tour followed by the paella dinner. Okay. And this time we decided, rather doing a Saturday-Sunday festival, we chose to do Friday-Saturday to give people a different mix, but also to visit the farmers. The farmers, when we talked to everyone preferred us to do it on a Friday. So we wanted to accommodate them and their business. And then Saturday is the true festival day. That's where we have live music, vendors. We have a live mural demonstration again. We're super excited to announce we're getting another new mural.
Where? So, this is awesome.
That's a great question. So I'm not quite ready. Hopefully by the next show we'll be ready to announce where and all the details. We have identified the artist, and we're finalizing the content. So that's super exciting. She'll be doing it live during the festival. Sorry, my voice is cracking today. But she'll be doing it live during the festival. We also are going to do a 1 p.m. flash mob. We have partnered with a local dance studio, and they're going to come out to a flash mob. There's so much great stuff. So, you know, you can come out. We have posted our schedule on the website, so you can pick what events most align with what you would like to see, and then come out throughout the day.
Where do you think, where should we send people? Where can people find more information?
So hastingsfl.org is our website, and you can check it out. There's all kinds of interactive stuff, and we're actually getting ready to launch a new website here in the next couple of months. So stay
That's
tuned
exciting.
from that. Yeah.
Like a new digital zip code. I love that. Hey, Susan, before we bust out of here, I gotta ask you. Here we go. Nights of Lights, right? How you feeling? I mean, it's a hot topic.
I'm feeling great. Okay, here's the thing. You know, last year we had so much business. I mean, we were wildly successful. You know, it created some difficulties, some challenges. But the nice news, or good news is that we're all working together. The city, the county governments, all of us at VCB are working together. We're trying to find solutions. We want to make this a wonderful experience, a magical experience, not only for our visitors, but for our residents and for our small businesses. It is a busy time of year for us, but we're putting a plan together, a communication plan. We have an app that we're developing, QR codes and all of that, telling people where they can park. I think parking mobility is the biggest issue, but also solving the issue with having a little more police presence, having restrooms, waste removal. So the city's been doing a great job coming up with ideas, and the county is now super engaged and involved. So I think we'll have some good news to announce very soon, but it's coming, and I'm super excited.
Elementary school teachers say what? Think, pair, share, and this is the moment right now.
Yes.
That's awesome and really super inspiring, because I know we're going to blink twice, and guess what? Here we go, right?
Yep.
So amazing. Ladies, thank you so much for your time today. This is so special. Again, you guys got to follow Hastings Main Street. It's such a big movement, and we're so honored to have these incredible guests today. Well, we're going to fire it back over to RJ in the studio. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks, Sunnies. Looking for your wild side with a gentle twist, Sunnies? Say hello to the Capybara Cafe, Florida's most unforgettable animal experience. Get up close and personal with capybaras, reptiles, and the cutest exotic creatures around, all while learning, laughing, and making a real impact. Every visit supports animal shelters, provides sustainability, and delivers educational magic for the whole fam. So don't just scroll, scurry over to thecapybaracafe.com and book your encounter now. The Capybara Cafe, where curiosity lives and your wild heart gets to roam. Every guest, every time. Since 1987, Panache opened its doors to be a cut above the rest. Their mission at Panache is to care for their team, their guests, and community from scalp to soul and bring the joy to the world one service at a time. The Panache difference is their carefully chosen and highly trained staff there to exceed your expectations. The same goes for their elegant salon space, dedicated to guest comfort and devotion to innovation and artistry. They're focused on making your day and continually raising the bar by aligning with Aveda's mission. You gotta get Panache.com and get with it, boo. Bin 39, the hidden gem of downtown St. Augustine since 2016. This is your secret getaway to a fabulous time. It's tucked away inside the lobby of the St. George Inn, and this charming spot boasts a courtyard setting that's straight out of a dream at the north end of St. George Street. Their wine collection features over 85 unique gems, is a journey into the extraordinary. You'll find wines from both small and large producers. They're open daily from 8 to 8 and Thursday to Sunday from 1 to 7. You gotta check them out. Bin 39.